don't have too much battery left. I haven't checked the battery for the microphone before I left. So I have like 10%. I'm gonna keep it short. Haven't seen you for a while. We had celebrations here in the ashram. Guruji was around, and when Guruji is around, there's always stuff going on. Things are accelerating. We are going through this intense process because when the master is around, it's like having the fire burning hot. He's putting wood in the fire. And yeah, it's been an intense week. We had the celebration of Shivaratri. Shiva is the one who is always getting rid of anything that stands between you and your transformation. He's showing you how to focus on God and what to get rid of in order to have more focus on God. So it was quite intense. This Shivaratri, it was my first time. And yeah, I was reflecting on various topics. One of them being silence. How important silence is on the spiritual path. How important it is not to fall in the trap of even speaking too much. I was talking the other day in another video that I've been doing for a training, let's say for a workshop. I was talking how, you know, that you meet someone new and you already have an impression about that person because someone you trust, someone you know said something about this person. Whether it's good or bad, whether it's in a positive manner or not, you still have an impression on that person, and it's like a filter that is blocking you. It's preventing you from understanding who that person really is. Just because you have that imprint in your brain. And it's been nagging me because I've been meeting people that have been described by other persons in a certain way, or some characteristics of their personality have been highlighted, and I cannot get rid of that, and it's so hard to get rid of that. And it's crazy how the mind registers that and puts it as a default. And you really need to work hard in order for you to overwrite the program. So yeah, it's been quite intense lately. I've been doing the process. I like to make fun of the people who are too much into the process. You get addicted of making the process when you're on the spiritual path, because things happen. There is the story of the churning of the Milky Ocean. And this is a really important story on the spiritual path, because you have the gods, the devas, and the asuras, who are the demons, and they are promised the Amrit, which is the elixir of immortality. But in order to get to this Amrit, they have to work together, and they have to churn the ocean using a snake, a cosmic snake, and a holy mountain. And they churn this ocean. Maybe I should talk about this story in a full video, because it's a really beautiful story, beautifully commented by Guruji in the Srimad Bhagavatam commentaries. And the first thing that comes out when you're doing this churning is the halahala, is the poison. And this connects to Shiva, because Shiva was called to drink this poison. He was the only one who could take this poison that could destroy the whole world, basically. It would poison the world, and he was called to do it. Because he was so focused on God, his practice, his sadhana was so powerful that he could not be affected by it. And the last days we had Shivaratri, and you could feel before, a couple of days before and after, the effect of this churning and how this poison was resurfacing. This is what happens when you come to festivals, you go to pilgrimages, you visit these holy sites, these sacred places, you celebrate the divine. This churning happens, this poison comes out, and sometimes you're struck, you're like, wow, this doesn't feel like me. But it's actually the infusion of love and of divinity that makes everything come out. So this is what happened to me lately. I've been observing myself going through this process of letting go and letting out things that are deep inside. And I try to take it with humor. I try to don't get too attached to the process because it can be addictive, I'm in the process and I'm so doing this process. And every day I'm doing the process, and the process is never finished. You never enjoy life because you're in a continuous process. And I try not to fall into that, because it can become a hindrance for enjoyment, for loving. But when it comes, you have to go through it. There's no way around it. You cannot ignore and pretend that it's not happening. It's the way it is. So, this being said, I wanted to touch this subject a little bit, this subject of how having an opinion about someone doesn't necessarily mean you have to express it. And it can be dangerous, actually, to express any kind of opinion about anyone. It's like I'm looking at that tree and I say, oh, that's a tree. But I don't have the experience of that tree, I don't know what that tree is all about, because he's far away. I've seen it in previous videos. I've been seeing the tree I've been walking around it. I saw him, but I do not have the experience of that tree, because if you don't go there and put your hand on the tree, you don't have that interaction with the tree, you don't know what the tree is about. I have a vague opinion about it. So yeah, it's interesting. I think the battery will drop. So I truly believe we shouldn't have an opinion about other people. We should be equanimous, observe, and interact as much as possible with the people. Try to get to know them and to experience them fully, otherwise it's gonna be just now that the sound is off. I think this is a sign we can stop the video. I'm gonna do my practice here. I'm going to do my meditation, because I haven't done it in the morning. The meditation is Atma Kriya Yoga. It is an amazing tool, and I should talk about it in a future video. I'm just gonna sit here on, it's sun. It's a sunny, beautiful day. It's such an amazing day. And I'm gonna sit for a while, do my Atma Kriya Yoga here, and try to get in touch with myself. Just breathe and meditate for a while. See you on the next one. Stay grounded and walk straight.